There are so many different subgenres in the world of music. If I actually wanted to list every subgenre ever in existence, that would take forever, and I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm going to be talking about one subgenre in today's video. Yes, Subgenre Spotlight is the title of this video, and today's subgenre is going to be slowcore. So many people have made videos on different subgenres and videos about slowcore, but I don't know, I guess I'm just a music channel and I feel like talking about slowcore today. So that is what I'm going to do. Before I start the video though, I do want to give credit to my wonderful lady, Alexa, for coming up with this type of video. I never really had this in the plans, but a while ago she just mentioned maybe you should do a subgenre video. And I was like, sure. We were going to do that video together, but so many different things happened, and now I'm just doing it by myself. But maybe in the future, she will join me. Enough of all that, though. Please like and subscribe. That would help me out a bunch. And hell yeah, let's get into the video. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is going to be less of a historical research paper about subgenres and slowcore, and more of bands that fall into this category, bands that fall into slowcore and these subgenres in general. So I'm going to get that out of the way, and I don't know if the title's misleading. I just think it's a very nice title name, Subgenre Spotlight, shedding some love on bands that fall into this freaking subgenre, whatever. I will give you the definition of slowcore though, so I guess there's some history right now that's beginning this video, and this is based off Wikipedia, so trust me. The definition of slowcore is a subgenre of indie rock characterized by subdued tempos with typically minimalist instrumentation alongside solemn and melancholic lyrical performances. So right off the bat, when you hear the word slowcore, you instantly think of a couple bands that pop into your brain, and I feel like the consensus number one pick in terms of slowcore and the band you think of is the band Duster. And rightfully so, man. Duster's catalog at this point, very consistent and very top notch, not just in slowcore, but I guess indie rock. And when you think of Duster, you instantly think of their 1998 Stratosphere album and the album cover. And dude, whenever you listen to that album, and I feel like Duster in general, they kind of just teleport you into whatever album cover they have. And specifically on the 1998 Stratosphere one, you're just in that beautiful picture, in that field. And that's what I love about Duster and slowcore, and I guess music in general. Duster is at the top of the pecking order whenever you hear about slowcore, sadcore, as some people call it as well. And it just makes sense, man, because their sound has traveled through so many years and just stayed so fresh, new, clean. Anytime you listen to them, it just feels like it's a new album that came out a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago. The thing that I love about Duster is the fact that they've really just perfected their craft in that lo-fi aspect, and the ages of people that love Duster range from 50 to 100 down to 12 years old. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? A lot of younger people, younger generation, they love Duster, and I don't know if that's because of TikTok. Probably is, but I don't have a problem with that, man. The music just lives on no matter what. Let's dive into some other bands that are sort of in the top pecking order and somewhere around there, and in my mind I feel like the band Low is very much so in that freaking top range of this subgenre, slowcore, and let me tell you about them. The band Low has some of the most intimate, soul-crushing, sun-blazing creating music I've ever heard in my entire life. This duo has created so many amazing albums, and my favorite being probably their most popular, and that's their 1994 album, I Can Live in Hope. Of course, in music really makes you feel a lot of different emotions. Music just makes you feel in general, and whenever you're listening to Low, they do kind of have that very sad aspect that makes you think about a lot of things in your life, whether it be relationship stuff, whether it be anything really. And the thing I love about Low is that they're kind of in your face with this very, not depressing music, but it's just so real and pouring out to you, pouring their hearts, letting you know that some bad things happen, and sometimes that's okay, and you just got to deal with it. Most of these bands are very good instrumentally, but I feel like Low is probably my favorite band on this list because of the atmospheric setting they put you in, and from a lyrical standpoint, they stand out very much so because, I don't know, it's just very raw and very intimate and just one-on-one action going on right now, and it just speaks to me in a high degree. Low is very appreciated, but I feel like they're very underrated in a lot of aspects, and a lot of more people should be listening to them, but you know, I can't control people's ears or playlists, so let's move on. I gotta mix in some current bands that fall into this subgenre as well, because there's a couple bands that are killing it right now, and one band that I rattle on about all the time. I've been talking about them forever because they're very great and they're slowcore. So I'm talking about the band Teethe. For the 15,000th time, if you haven't heard about them, I'm letting you know right now that they are killing it in every department, I guess in their indie rock slowcore department, and their sound is very established. They have a well-established fan base as well. You have a lot of people listening to them, damn near 200,000 monthly listeners, and rightfully so as well. Their 2020 self-titled album is outstanding, and it just makes you excited for whatever music they put out in the future. And lately they have been putting out some music, and they've been killing it consistently. And this is a very high potential band. I feel like in 20 plus years, they'll be regarded in sort of that duster realm. I hope right now, because I want people to give them their flowers, which I always do because, you know, they rock. Let's move on from Teethe because, you know, I talk about them all the time. And I say that every time I talk about them because I talk about them all the time. And that's the last time I'm going to talk about them. Psych, I'll probably talk about them in the future at some point. I'm probably their mascot at this point. But let's move on to another band called Oldstar. And I feel like Oldstar can fall into a bunch of different categories like indie rock, slowcore, I don't even know, folk maybe a little bit. There's just a lot of different elements in there, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's kind of a slowcore band. So you might be punching me in the face or wanting to, like, I don't know, freaking knock me out or something just because I mentioned this band. But yeah, man, Oldstar rocks. Oldstar released an album in 2023 called On the Run, and top to bottom, man, freaking outstanding as well and very high potential. I believe this is a band. I know it might be an artist. I might be mixing that up. My bad if I am, but I freaking love this freaking artist slash band, whatever. Let me give you guys some more details because that was pretty stupid. But from a musical standpoint, it kind of has that video game aspect that I really enjoy. And what I mean by that is that, I don't know, not synths, but there's just like these keys or like random game noises that I hear from like the early 2000s that I'm just like, whoa. And then the instrumentals are piled on top. And it's just this humongous mesh of freaking awesome noise that scratches my brain, I guess. I have made a TikTok about them a while back and I haven't really talked about them recently, but I've been listening to them again. Amazing stuff from a very talented group of people if there's more than one person. I want to kind of not wrap this up really that fast because this is I guess informal video. Not really. It's kind of just me talking about bands that fall into this category that I love and, you know, kind of history lessons here or there, whatever. Let's move on to some OGs again. And one OG that I want to talk about is the band Codeine. This band also probably one of the first bands that you think of, just like a duster. Oh my God, I was listening to them recently again, and it's just one of those things where it's like once you're in the music, you can't stop listening. It's one of those things, man, that they're just undoubtedly one of those bands that should be talked about a lot in terms of not just slowcore, but music in general or alternative rock, indie rock, whatever you want to say. Like I said, recently I've been listening to their music and it feels like that the band can release that music right now and it would still sound fresh and just amazing. And that's, I guess, timeless is the word I'm looking for. And that's what they are. Codeine is timeless. It's a gust of cold wind hitting your face. And I guess slowcore in general, I'm kind of moving on a little bit from the Codeine and just talking about slowcore as a whole. It feels very special to me, and the reason why is because of the instrumentals, because of the whisper like talking vocals. It's supposed to feel intimate. It's supposed to feel one-on-one. It's supposed to be this very private sounding music, and honestly it's for everyone, and we've all felt a certain emotion at some point in time, and that's what really gravitates me towards this subgenre. Very personal. It grabs you by the heart. Yeah, man, it gets to you. It definitely does. It makes you think about stuff that you don't want to think about when you're trying to get stuff off your mind. They make you think about all the bad decisions, make you think about some good times. It's all about the sad, bad, and good. Sorry, I'm like rambling now, but that's kind of how I feel about this type of music. I am interested in your guys' thoughts on slowcore. I know a lot of people love it, especially, I guess, every age. And I don't know, it's one of those subgenres that a lot of people go to, especially now and on social media. They kind of put that sad song in the background. I feel like slowcore can resonate with a ton of different people, and it's just good music to have not just in the background but fully immersed into the sounds and Heck yeah. I definitely love it. I hope you guys loved this video. I know I talked about some basic B-word answers, but I sprinkled in a couple of, not so, I don't know, mainstream bands in this genre, but it is what it is. This is my first video. I hope you guys enjoyed it because this is kind of fun. I kind of want to bring Alexa onto one of them. This was probably a whack video and you're probably done with the video by this point, but if you're not, thanks for seeing the outro. So hell yeah, like and subscribe, keep the music alive. Slowcore will make you cry.